Hey gang, Tony here. No, seriously, I swear, I'm here. I just wanted to give you guys a look at how my wall is coming along here because I've been putting a lot of stuff on it. And I know you can't see that upper portion very often, so just to have my camera angled up for a second, so you could see a few of those items up there, and then coming back down, you see some of the new stuff down here as well, and I moved some things around. And chapow, back to center stage where I will be appearing shortly. I hope. Eventually. Here I am, okay. Alright, so this is a yard sale video. What? On a Friday? I know! It's craziness. What am I thinking? Here's what I'm thinking. I found so much stuff today that there's no way I'm going to put it all in one yard sale video, assuming I find anything tomorrow. So I am going yard selling tomorrow with my brother, and I just didn't want to have like an unwieldy video. This one is already like gonna be crazy, but I am. Why are you barking, Louis? I'm going to try to go through some of it quickly. I went out this morning and I had a couple of yard sales, kind of like that I looked up on Craigslist, but I wasn't exactly sure. I just kind of drove around, and I hit definitely a couple where I didn't get anything. And I even took video of driving. I don't think I'm going to splice it into this video necessarily because it was a lot of rambling, and I was like just out of it. But one of the yard sales I went to had Wet Hot American Summer for a quarter. It's a great movie, so for a quarter, you know, it's one of those deals, like, why would I pass that up? So I got that. And then at another sale, they had the VHS big box of Goosebumps, Stay Out of the Basement. And recently, I'm pretty sure it was Allie and Austin. I hope I'm correct in that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Allie and Austin gave me the DVD of Goosebumps, so when I saw this, I figured I would snag it. I'm going to watch it, but I'm probably not going to keep it, so if anyone wants this, like, in a trade or anything like that, you could let me know. And I'll be willing to part with that guy right there. Okay, so that's two things. Those were my first couple scores. Went to a third yard sale, and they didn't have much going on, but the guy looked really familiar to me. And I thought about it for a second, and I figured it out. He was at another yard sale that I went to last year where there was a bunch of Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo stuff. And I had gotten there really early, super early to that yard sale because they listed the stuff on Craigslist saying that they were going to have it. And I was rooting through a bunch of stuff, and he walked up, and he came really early too, just not as early as me. And he was there for the video game stuff as well. And we ended up, you know, I got what I wanted and he got what he wanted. It was all cool. But I recognized him, so I asked him if he had any video game stuff. And he's a collector, which I respect. Resellers who are there specifically only to resell, I understand that, but it's, you know, if you're a collector and you sell and trade the stuff that you don't want or have doubles of, that makes more sense to me than simply being one of these people who go out, snag all the stuff, and then only want to sell it. So anyway, he didn't have any video games out, but he said he had a couple doubles that he was willing to part with. So he brought out a few Nintendo 64 games. He had the Banjo-Kazooie cart, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, and Pokemon Snap. He also had a couple of Star Wars games that I already own, and I think I might have this one, but I couldn't remember if I sold it or not, and I was trying to get back some games that I had gotten rid of, so I couldn't really remember. I asked him what he wanted for the 3, and he said 20, which was really more than I would normally pay at a yard sale for video games, but he's a collector, and it was a good price for, you know, a collector. I offered 15, he said 17, we said cool, and I took those games. They are worth a lot, maybe like twice that-ish altogether, So, I mean, it was still a good deal, just more than I would normally pay for video games. Alright, so that was the first batch of yard sales. A coffee. I haven't eaten yet today. I was like, do I want to eat and then make the video? Or do I want to make the video and then eat? I decided to make the video first. I think that was a mistake, but I'll get there, man. I'll get there. Oh, okay. The last yard sale I went to was a fluke because I had already passed this area and there were no yard sales there. And then I was driving back and suddenly there was a yard sale sign. So I said, of course, I'm going to go back down this way. I'm going to check it out. And I was looking through, you know, there's some cool stuff there. And then I see a giant bin. I'm talking one of those Tupperware bins that's like that. Big, giant bin. I have it sitting over there, actually, but I don't want to drag it over to show you. You know what a giant Tupperware bin looks like. I glance down in it, and I see games. And I was like, oh, video games. A giant bin of them! I was freaking out is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. I tried not to show it, though. So I started going through, there were some Master System, Sega Master System games, and some GameCube games, and I was kind of just checking to see what was in them, and you know, it looked okay. They weren't all complete, but there was, most of them had what they needed. So instead of looking through everything, I asked the guy what he wanted for the whole bin, and he gives me one of these. Well, for you, I said, oh God, here we go. I was waiting for the $100 or something. Because for you, he's making me a deal, specifically just for me, right? Oh, well, yeah. So he pulls out the for you, which I think is a very bad sign, and then he says $10. $10? What? Did I mishear you, sir? Did you perhaps say $10,000? $10? He wanted $10. Now, I could tell... Luna, what are you eating? Oh, get it out of your mouth. No, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Alright. I'm sorry. My cat was trying to swallow this whole, this little piece of cellophane, whatever it is. I don't know if you guys have cats, but man. Anyway, okay, sorry. I just don't want her to eat that because it could get entangled in the intestines. And... Sorry. $10. $10. I could tell I could have talked him down if I wanted to, but I mean, that would make me a supreme dickhole, basically, right? $10 is an amazing deal. So I took it. I grabbed the... He said, oh, you could have the bin too. I was like, gee, thanks. I took the whole bin, I ran home, and I have spent the last hour sorting through everything. I love, like, box lots. Just like a big box of stuff. Because there's always little extra things that you don't expect. So, first of all, yes, there are a ton of video games. I will get to that in a second. But before I get there, there's some other stuff too that I had no idea was in the box because I didn't dig that deep. So, first of all, there was a VHS of Fantastic Dinosaurs of the Movies. Oh. Not something I would have necessarily purchased on my own, but being in the box, that's cool. Maybe bring it to the VHS convention to sell that. Alright, cool. Then there was an empty box. This is just an empty VHS box for some Gamera versus something or other, I don't know. It looks like it was probably something that someone may have made a bootleg of. So I'll maybe bring that just like to put, maybe, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably throw it away, I guess. Someone want it? I don't know. Then they had a copy of King Kong, the new version, or one of the new versions, I don't know. That has the movie in there, so that's cool. And they also had, there was no outside label on this, but it is the What's New Scooby-Doo Volume 3, Halloween Booze and Booze Clues or something, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck that is. You want that? I don't want that. You can have it. You want it? Alright, so that was some of the junky stuff. And then there was a flashlight. There's totally a flashlight in there. Alright. And then there was some random junk that didn't go to anything. So I had a bootleg Fantastic Four DVD case cover, a eaten up, disgusting Sega or GameCube Sonic Adventure Battle 2, which doesn't have any game to go with it, and it looks like it's completely ratty, so that's garbage. We got more garbage stuff, slipcases for Justice League, slipcase for a Fantastic Four cartoon, I guess that looks like, a slipcase for Superman, the animated series, and a slipcase for Dragon Wars, D-Wars. Again, I have no use for any of this stuff. I'm probably going to throw it away, so if anyone wants any of this, let me know. You know, we could just send it to you, I guess, or trade or something. And then they had a Game Informer in there, which is from 2008. So all that's basically stuff I'm going to throw away. All just garbage that was in there, unless someone wants any of it, which, like I said, just let me know. Next up were some more things that didn't go with anything. So I had a GameCube Cars game that had no case or manual. And then there was a Wii manual for Crash of the Titans, a Wii manual for Spider-Man, Friend or Foe, a Wii manual for Kung Fu Panda, and what looks like some promotional materials for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games and figures and whatnot. So again, I make that same offer for any of the Wii manuals. If you need any of these, if you're missing any of these, just let me know. Otherwise, it's stuff that I'm probably just going to end up throwing away because I don't want clutter around. So that's all, and then this is just a loose game. Alright. Next, we have a Namco plug-and-play console. So you plug that directly into your TV, and then there's games loaded onto here. It looks like Pac-Man and maybe like Galactica and some other things. I'm not really entirely sure what all the games are. Kind of see there's graphics on either side there. So that's kind of cool. I know these aren't really worth money or anything, but there's something about them that I really just like. I think it's visually appealing to me. The little tiny box console. So that was just another extra thing that was in the bin that I wasn't aware of. There's a little caterpillar. This is awesome. I saw the box, but I didn't like really put two and two together. There's this box in there, and it's a distortion pedal for guitars. I do play guitar. I do have an electric guitar. I do have an amp. I think I might have sold all my distortion pedals. I had wah-wah pedals and distortion pedals. I'm pretty sure I sold most of those a long time ago because I don't regularly play anymore. But this is really cool. It looks fairly old, but like that no one ever used it. It has all the paperwork and bubble wrap and everything in there. So that's pretty sweet. I didn't price that out, but distortion pedals are usually not inexpensive. I mean, I guess it depends on what kind you got. But this looks like a pretty decent one from Arion. My allergies are starting to kick up from all the dust that was in these this bin here. All right, so that was a surprise, a really cool surprise. I'm probably going to play with it a little bit. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll trade it if someone wants it or whatever. So that's a cool little extra. And then they also had a GameCube controller that was stuck in there. And I had no idea that was in there either because all this stuff that I just showed you was like at the bottom underneath all the games that I saw. So I had no idea about any of that. Right there, I mean, I already, just the distortion pedal alone made the box worth $10. Just the flashlight alone made the whole box worth $10. This was a really great flashlight. I love it. It's $10. I think I could probably sell it for about $75. It's very special. If you unscrew it from the bottom, you can use a okay, sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Composure. Alright, so next up, I will show you the giant stack of Sega Master System games. Oh, mamma mia. Okay, we start with Space Harrier, the 2 mega cartridge. All of these are complete. These have the cartridges and the paperwork inside and everything. And a lot of them also have, so I want to just show you guys, for those of you who are not familiar with the Master System, it's a different type of cartridge than Genesis. It's something I've actually just been looking into myself, because I don't have a Master System. I don't even have working Genesis right now. Paperwork, a lot of them have like these posters in there as well, which is really cool. So these are all in really good condition. They're all complete. I'm not going to show you the inside of all of them. I just wanted to show you the one. So we have Space Harrier. Then we have Space Harrier 3D. Got Rocky. We've got Missile Defense 3D. I think out of all the games, this is the least valuable. This one was worth about $5. All the other ones are worth more than that. Considine. Zaxxon 3D. Pro Wrestling. Hang On and Astro Warrior. And finally, Transbot, the Sega card. So this one is actually not a cartridge, it's a card. I'm really unfamiliar with the Master System. I've never owned one, never played the games on the Master System. So that's kind of cool, look at that. I didn't realize that the Master System had cards like that, so I was surprised to see that. I priced out all these games, and all the Sega Master System games were worth around like $120 altogether, like as a whole thing. So that, again, this was a nice score. I'm kind of torn. I don't know if I want to buy the system so I could play the games, or just trade and sell the games. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I mean, I would love to play the games, but I don't know if I have the money to go out buying consoles, or if I want to sit on these until I find one at a yard sale, which is really unlikely. But hey, what are you gonna do? What's that? What'd you say? I'm done? I'm done showing you. No, oh no, I'm not done. No, there's a lot more. That's right. I have all these GameCube games to show you as well. Now, this pisses me off a little. Not value-wise. I mean, I totally got... I mean, there's no question about the value. It pisses me off that people would do this to video games. I'm not sure why anyone would systematically go through game boxes and remove the paperwork, but the majority of these GameCube games, unfortunately, don't have the manuals. And there's a few that don't even have the outside artwork for the box. I don't know why anyone would take that stuff out. It's kind of bothersome, but it's, you know, unfortunately the case here that many of these games don't have the manuals. And the discs look not the best. They're pretty scratched up. I have to test them, and hopefully they work. They look like they probably work, but I really do have to test them. Alright, so I'll show you the worst first, which would be the fact that I have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus that only has... It's supposed to be a 2-disc game. It only has 1 disc in there. So that sucks. And there's no manual. So that is an incomplete box. And then we have Pac-Man versus Pac-Man World 2, which was also a 2-disc game that is also missing one of the discs. So again, we have an incomplete box there. And then, of course, I already showed you the Cars game that only has the disc. So that's the worst of it. Now I will show you all of the games that don't have manuals. So these are all the games that don't have manuals. Let me make sure I have them. here. These don't have manuals or the outside artwork, as you can see. So really it's just a disc in a plain box. It's a Sonic DX Adventure Director's Cut. I'm trying to keep these all separate so I remember which ones are missing information. Again, no artwork. And this is The Incredibles. Again, no artwork or manual. And that's Monsters, Inc. Scream Arena. No artwork. There's something on here. That's not the artwork, though. That looks like a promo. I'm not really sure where that came from. And there's no manual for Fantastic Four. And we got... ooh, I'm saving that for last. Okay, I'm saving something not to show you yet. The rest of these have the artwork, but no manuals. Alright, no manuals for Sonic Riders. The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Sonic Heroes. Finding Nemo. Spider-Man. Madagascar. A lot of them have this in there. It's not the manual, just the GameCube information. Shrek 2. The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Attack of the Twonkies? I don't know. Twonky Trouble. Alright. Bah! And we got Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island. It looks kind of neat. Has SpongeBob and some other Nicktoons characters, I guess. Then we got the SpongeBob SquarePants movie video game. Hold them. Alright. So I've gone through all these. They all have the discs that are correct, but are missing the manuals, like I said. We got a Power Rangers Dino Thunder game. We've got Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. Over the Hedge. Hot Wheels World Race. Looney Tunes Back in Action. And finally, Curious George. Alright, so those were all the games with no manual. And now there's a small stack. There's a small stack of games that do have the manual. So these are complete. Except for this one, which is missing the artwork, but has the manual. And that is Teen Titans. So that one has the manual, but not the artwork. So again, technically incomplete. The rest of these have everything. We have ATV2 Quad Power Racing. Need for Speed 2 Underground. Narnia. Ratatouille. And Chicken Little. Alright, so, pow. Those are all but one of the GameCube games. As you can tell, they're mostly, you know, sort of like shovelware. kind of games I'm not really that interested in. I didn't price any of those out. I don't know what any of those are worth. Maybe some of them are worth a few bucks. I really don't know. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm not really a big collector of GameCube. I have a small library and I do have some GameCube consoles. But I'm not a huge collector of GameCube games. So again, I'll put that offer out there. If anyone saw a GameCube game that you really want, excuse me, let me know. I'll be willing to trade or sell those. I prefer trades, like with my friends here on YouTube. You know, trades are cool. Especially if you have like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or horror stuff. That's all kind of like the stuff that I really collect. So if you have any of that kind of stuff and want to trade for any of this kind of stuff, let me know. Watch out, Luna, there's a whole pile of things here. Okay, so one last thing to show you. And this is the best of the bunch. Alright, so as I was going through this bin, I noticed that there were a few of the artworks. So the outside artwork, you know, when you open it up, you could pull this stuff from beneath the plastic. And for some weird reason, someone did that. I mean, obviously there were a bunch of games that don't have it at all. But then there were loose artwork, paper artwork, that was like on the side. And I was going through that hoping that some of them would match up with the games that didn't have any artwork. And I saw one that I just was like, what? Please, God, please let this game be in here. Oh, please. So I only had the artwork for it, and I started looking through all the cases that had no artwork, praying. Open them on. No, it's not that one. Open it. It's not that one. The last game, the last one that I opened, matched the artwork. What is it? Thank you. It's The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition promotional disc that includes all 4 classic games. Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2: The Adventures of Link, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, all on this disc. Oh my God, was I happy to see that. This made my day. I have come that close to buying it a number of times. This goes for, I think at the low end, $40. At the high end, probably about $60. Unfortunately, this does not have the manual. So I am looking for that. I posted on Facebook to see if anyone had a spare manual that they'd be willing to trade or sell. In other words, I am keeping this one. This is something I wanted for GameCube because I want to play through those games, even though I have Zelda on Nintendo and I have Ocarina of Time on the 64. This is just a cool thing to have. That was awesome. This originally, see, not for resale, this originally came with the GameCube as a promotion. So it's kind of sort of rare, not super rare, but not rare at all, probably, just highly sought after, I think is probably a better way to put it. Now you can see why I wanted to do this yard sale video separately. $10! $10! That was awesome. Alright. Awesome, awesome yard sale day. Let me know, guys, if you saw anything that you want to trade for or buy or anything. You know, we could set up a trade. That'd be kind of cool. And otherwise, oh, and if I owe you a trade, like, there's a couple people out there who I owe some, like, a trade to because you already sent me something and you saw something you like, just let me know. I'll pop it in your box. Not in a sexual way, don't worry. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoyed this yard sale find video. I might even have another one this weekend, and I will be coming back with the Ask Me Almost Anything video very soon. I just wanted to give everyone a chance to ask me questions. And probably another unboxing the 80s video pretty soon. And the movie roundup. And I got some other movie review things. Bunch of stuff coming. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cheers, everybody. Have a good one. Breathe deeper than that.